All right, we're doing more. We're doing more of this. Uh, we're in 358 over 2 days, and I'm not excited. Let me move this. As you can see, I'm wearing my hat, my Shroot Farms hat that I got for Christmas. I'm a little late in recording this. I need to edit these quickly so I can get them out. But yeah. Also, the lighting may vary throughout these because I'm going to record some of them in the morning and turn my light on, and that might affect green screen and stuff. But anyways, let's get down to brass tacks. Don't know what I'm saying right now. Um, yeah, 358 over 2 days. You start off. There's a cutscene with Roxas explaining the plot. Roxas, which I think I covered this already, is Sora with an X thrown in and jumbled up. Um, or maybe I didn't explain that. I don't know. Oh gosh, what was I saying? Roxas, you see this guy. Well, you see a guy in a hood, like the people from Chain of Memories, talking outside of this gate for this mansion with someone, and then you see the name Sora appear, and then like an X. As the letters start to jumble around, X appears and spells Roxas, and that's the guy. That's this new character that we don't see in the Hood's name. He's going to be called Roxas. He plays him throughout the game. Um, you may be wondering, well, why is Sora and Roxas connected? Because it's his nobody, which he got a nobody because Sora. Oh, and Naminé is Kairi's nobody from the same. I don't know if it's explained in this one or in the next game, or if it was explained before. Um, boy. Remember Sora took the. I pointed at my Keyblade. Took a Keyblade. So Riku's Keyblade released himself, became a Heartless. He then became a nobody at the same time, and it's unique because Sora and Roxas can exist at the same time apparently, because Roxas was walking around while Sora was. I guess I don't know. And so this takes place, I guess, towards right at the end of Kingdom Hearts and throughout all of Chain of Memories. So during Chain of Memories, this is happening. Sora, or Roxas, is in the organization a few days after he joins. This new one joins, the 14th member, Xion, which is number one with an X jumbled up. We'll get more into why Xion is connected to Castle Oblivion because she is. Okay. They go on missions. She can use the Keyblade too. Okay. Axel becomes their friend. They eat ice cream on top of the tower. Oh, what am I saying? At first, Xion is hooded. No one can see her face. Just like, she keeps herself hidden. But then, after a certain point during Chain of Memories where Sora forgets Kairi completely, and just focuses on Naminé, that's when Xion takes form and becomes basically looks like Kairi with black hair and an organization hood. Kingdom Hearts 1 Kairi, not Kingdom Hearts 2 Kairi. Or Kingdom Hearts 3 Kairi, because that design wasn't even made yet. But yeah, or Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Kairi, because that's like a smaller, younger kid Kairi, like 10 years before Kingdom Hearts 2. Anyways, I digress. That felt something on me. Okay. She starts to take that forward. This is earlier in the game, so Birth by Sleep has been happening. Okay. Xion takes the form of Kairi because Xion is a nobody based on Sora's memories of Kairi, but again, we'll get more into that later. I'm suddenly having a flashback to watching this guy get explained to Kingdom Hearts, the plot of all the games, for 7 hours straight. We'll get more on that later. It's a key thing that was said. Anyways, we'll get more to the Xion thing later. You'll hear that a lot. Xion, Birth by Sleep, I mentioned that. That's a game we haven't even gotten to yet. That's a prequel to Kingdom Hearts 1. One of the prequels to Kingdom Hearts 1. Xion, Roxas, they can wield the Keyblade, the Kingdom Key. And they're going on missions defeating Heartless to build Kingdom Hearts for Xemnas and all the organization 13. Roxas is the 13th member, of course, because Xion is the 14th and she joined after him. They have no memories of their past selves, because technically that's Sora. And yeah, although Xion technically isn't Sora, she's technically not anyone's nobody. See, is there anything important in knowing the fact that... Is there anything important before we get to the fact that... Yeah, well, Roxas passed out a few times, Xion passes out a couple days, 20 days per pass out, I think. Maybe only one time each. I know it's 20 days because they get each other shells. Seashells, 1 per day. 20. I counted. Okay. Oh, and, oh gosh, at what point does Riku fall, not Riku, Sora fall asleep in Chain of Memories? I'm trying to remember the timeline, because I gotta go span, like, multiple games and multiple timelines. Oh gosh. And Riku's gonna show up, and this is gonna be confusing. Okay. So since Xion takes form relatively early into the game, it means, or I don't know. Okay. They're going on missions. Roxas and Xion not always together. Axel goes on missions with Roxas. Xion with Roxas. Sometimes Roxas with some other members like Xigbar and all those guys. And Larxene. Although... Okay. Yeah, and then shortly after... Well, before Xion shows up, Axel goes to Castle Oblivion with some other members. And then they all disappear except for Axel because he's super cool and a fan favorite. Anyways, he comes back, he's like, hey, did I have you guys worried? Anyways, okay, try to remember where I am in the timeline. Then eventually he comes back, they start doing missions, being buddies, eating ice cream, and then people are passing out, stuff's happening, and eventually someone shows up in a hood, an Organization 13 hood, which is the bad guy, is technically, but you're playing as one of them because, spoilers for everything else in this world of Kingdom Hearts. I am not doing good at explaining this. You go on missions. You shut up, laptop. I don't need you to do this. You go on missions and Roxas and Xion have dreams and memories. Like, randomly within a world that Sora's been, it's like, I had a vision of him. Or they're having dreams of him. And, you have to, eventually, I think Xion passes out first, and then, for a few days, and then 12 to 20 days, then Roxas at one point. He forgets how to use the key. First, she forgets how to use the Keyblade. She lets him use it. No, he lets her use the Keyblade. She remembers how to use it. Then he doesn't forget how to use the Keyblade. He just gets weak and can't use the Keyblade at all. It, like, weakens him. And Xion's like, you know what? I want to know where I'm from. She goes to Castle Oblivion, but passes out, but finds out she's actually a puppet, like the Riku. Shut up, PlayStation. Like the Riku replica from Chain of Memories. She's a puppet, and she has the memories of Kairi from Sora, and that's why she takes that form. But Sora can't wake up until those memories are retrieved. And there's this person running around in the Organization hood. It's actually Riku, because, like, Riku's super cool like that. He could just, like, I'm going around. Because he got one at the end of Chain of Memories. I probably said that. I don't remember. It's been over. I haven't recorded that part since last year. It's only the 5th right now. Anyways, of me recording this. It's the 5th of January as of me recording this. Anyways, Shion is told to go fight him, and she fails. My neck. She fails, and they're mad, and she runs away like 5 times. She runs away like 5 times. Axel gets her back a few of the times. I'm trying to remember. This is the one that's like. I'm trying to remember because it's like a long one with all the different things that happened. There's a lot of stuff that has to overlap with the plots of other games. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah. I mentioned. Eventually, she meets up with Riku and is like, you know what? What should I do? What do I do? I want to stay here. Yeah, but you remember, Sora won't wake up unless you can go back to him. He needs the memories that live inside of you. It's like, well, I want to be with my friends. You know what? Take some time to figure out not just what's best for you, but what's best for everyone. It's like, all right. She goes back to the organization after Axel captures. Yeah, and then after a while, she's like, you know what? I don't need to be a part of this life anymore. And she's like, I'm going rogue again, and it's my last time going rogue, guys. And then Roxas is just questioning why he listens to the organization. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go rogue too. And then goes rogue. Ends up in Twilight Town where Shion is. I'm forgetting some very important stuff, but right now I don't care. I'm getting the basic of importance for 358 over 2 days, I think. He ends up in Twilight Town on the clock tower that they would eat ice cream at. Shion shows up like, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, at this point, other people are seeing Shion as other characters, like Ventus from another game, which... Birth by Sleep. It's Xigbar that sees him as Ventus. Some people... Shut up! Where's my remote? Okay, where's the mute button on... I don't care. Xigbar sees him as Ventus from Birth by Sleep. Some people just see her hooded. You can see from different perspectives during cutscenes. Sometimes her hood is up. Then it'll be like Axel's perspective and her hood is off and it's just her. But then at the end, just before Roxas has to fight her... she like takes off her hood. If you see a boy, it's time for me to go. This is him, and it's like Sora's head from Kingdom Hearts 1. This is Sora. But it's her voice coming out, and then she puts on her hood again, just walks off the clock, like here's a clock tower. She just do in the air, and Roxas is just like this what's going on, and then like she grows like a massive giant monster and changes form, and then Roxas has to fight her, and then and there was like little plots going on in the Disney worlds, like Beast trying to fight the Heartless in his castle, but those plots aren't important so much to the overall narrative of the game, so I just skipped over all of that stuff. That means that it is 7 o'clock. Okay. What was I saying? You fight Shion. Technically, you get teleported to different location, different worlds that you guys visited throughout the game. But then eventually you end up back at the tower. You defeat her, and then you guys fall to the ground because you were floating in the air. And then he starts to forget her because that's what happens when someone technically isn't even their own person. They get forgotten. And she starts to crystallize. And then he's like, did I do this? Oh, wait, I don't want you to go. And then the goofiest line to most people in the series, who will I have ice cream with now? Now, to most people, that's just stupid. Like, what do you mean, who will you have ice cream with? Your friend is dying in your arms. But, as Axel said at the beginning of the game, eating ice cream represents friendship. It's like, yeah, people who do stuff like that together, they're friends. So, and when him and Axel, like Roxas and Axel had a big falling out. So to Roxas, eating ice cream represents being friends. Like sitting on that clock tower eating ice cream represents being friends. So when he says the line, "Who will I have ice cream with now?" It's like, who's gonna be my friend now? Axel's being like Axel. Oh, and when he was leaving the organization, Roxas, like he's just like, Axel's just like, so you're really leaving, huh? You can't turn your back on the organization. No one would miss me. Roxas is just like, no one would miss me. Axel's like, that's not true. I would. I thought that's an iconic scene. Back to Shion dying. She's like crystallizing. He's like really sad about it. She fades away. He struggles to remember. She's like, has like promised me you'll stop Xemnas from achieving Kingdom Hearts. He's like, all right, I don't even hear. I remember he promises, but he goes to fight Xemnas, and before he can make it, he's in the world that never was. Before he can even make it past the skyscraper, Riku is there, just like blindfolded, just like, I'm ready. Let's dance. But he's on top of the skyscraper, like Roxas fights him Heartless, runs up there, throws the Keyblade, and Sora just like, not Sora, Riku just like, I'm gonna fall down now, grab the Keyblade mid-air, and then you're just gonna fight me in the ground, because Roxas has two Keyblades, because, you know, he's cool like that. They start to fight for a while. Roxas takes him down. Oh, and Mickey was in this too at one point. Oh, and this guy named Diz from the Chain of Memories. I'm not gonna say who that is yet. He's like trying to help. He's using Naminé to restore Sora's memories while he's in this like pod thing, which they moved from Castle Oblivion, which was really important. But screw Castle Oblivion. It's confusing. Yeah, Castle Oblivion is where Xion came from. And Roxas couldn't go there without passing out or whatever. Anyways, that's a stupid plot. Riku and Roxas are fighting. Roxas wins. They fight more. He's like, Roxas gets knocked down, but then it's like, you know what? No, I'm getting up and tussling once more. And so he gets both the Keyblades, and he's starting to fight Riku again. And it's like, you know what? I have to unleash my full power. And he just takes off his bandana and like takes the form of Ansem after darkness just envelops him, and he's like teleports, like disappears. Roxas is like, what? He reappears in front of him. The Guardian Heartless thing just like picks him up. I have accepted it. That's what it, like Ansem Riku says when he's like in that form. He's like, he accepts the darkness. He beats Roxas. They shove him in like a computer simulation, which is where we leave off for the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2. Diz and Riku, who's going by Ansem now, shoves him in a computer simulation of Twilight Town, which you visit a lot in this game. But it wasn't that important yet to mention Twilight Town, which is where the clock tower is. Anyways, and that's the simple plot of... How long is this video? Only 18 minutes, wow. I'm shutting you down. I'm muting you. Shh. And then, yeah, Roxas is in that simulation, and that's the begin. That leads to the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2. That's where we leave off. And the course from Roxas being created to, like, him being beaten by Riku, that all takes place in 358 days. And then the next 7 days would be the full year that Sora was asleep, I guess. I don't know exactly what's going on with all that. Because Sora also existed at the same time, was running around while Roxas was, so... Because Sora was asleep for a whole year. But that's for Kingdom Hearts 2, which doesn't make things any more, or any easier, any less complicated. But here we go. I'm going to start talking about that as soon as I end this video. I'll go to the next one. Bye.